Welcome to another session of NationBuilder website training. In this portion, we'll be going over how to send communication from your website, primarily email communication. So I will return to the screen we left off on. We finished running a filter and saving it in the People tab, and now we want to communicate with those people. So I go to the Communications tab, and I'll just identify a few features here. Up top, when you click this, you will see an email address. This club uses president@whartonboston.com. Those email addresses are linked with the domains that clubs use. So our office owns a number of the Wharton Alumni Club domains. If we own yours, we're able to make a number of forwarding email addresses, such as this one, that match your domain. And this is called the broadcaster. This is the email address from which it looks like your emails are sending when you do send out mass communication. So as you scroll down the page, you will see another dashboard. As usual, you'll see any activity that's happened within this section. And over on the right, we want to start a new email blast. As with anything, when you start it, you do have to give it a name, and it will automatically be given a slug. These are all private. We'll do testing 3 for this one because I've done a couple of tests at this point. You can give it a description. All of these items are internal. One of the great features that you have is if you know that your message is going to be very similar to one you've previously sent, you can clone it from an old message. You can click on anything that you've previously sent, and it will pull that information back up for you to edit. For me today, I want to create and edit my email blast from scratch, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so it takes you to the next page that has your theme. As you can see it highlighted up here. It looks overwhelming, but you actually don't need to do anything here. The theme is already Wharton branded and selected for you. Wharton Leader Basic Email Theme should be bold. And you can go ahead and skip this page and go right to content. So as usual, we're moving across these menu items. All right, so our content. So you can see the entity from which it's sending from. It says Wharton Club of Boston. If you'd like it to look a bit more personalized, you can use the president of the club's name or something like that, but it will still be coming from that president email address. I can give it a subject. Mine naturally is test message. And then if I scroll down, I can edit on this right-hand box. So I'll go ahead and say, hi. This is a test. Very basic. In here, I can put photos, links, buttons, any type of call to action that's of interest to me. And then I'll go ahead and save my content. And here on the left side in that panel, I can see what it will look like with the branding in someone's inbox. Once I'm happy with this, I might want to send a test message for the other board members to see and approve before I send it out. Up above the editing panel, there's a send test email box. I can send it to myself, or I can add other board members by separating their email addresses with a comma. Please excuse the dog in the background. All right. So once I'm happy with that, I sent my test email. It's approved. Let me save and continue. All right. So here's where we select our recipients. Up top, you'll see supporters and prospects. Supporters is automatically checked. You do not need to do anything here, so please feel free to ignore this. We only use supporters, so do not edit it. And then below, you'll see the option for matching, and so this is where you decide which people you'd like to send it to. The first option is a list. We didn't talk about a list. They're not as commonly used. It's similar to a filter, but it's a static option. We may have talked a bit about tags when we were doing events. So if you're using a tag and you'd like to send an email to people with a specific tag, you can search it in this box. We did talk about a filter. And so I made my own test filter. And so it will appear in this dropdown, Jade's test, and that's the one we want to use today. The final option is all. And so you can send to everyone in your database who is accepting email from you with this option. But often we do want to make sure we're sending to a specific subset. Maybe you want to send to alumni only or alumni in a specific demographic. So you can use your filters to do that. So I've selected my filter and I want to save my recipients. All right, and it shows me the full list on the side. It will send to X amount out of the 669 in my filter and tells me that 123 of those people either don't have email addresses or have opted out. Even as I scroll down, I can see some folks have bouncing email addresses, and so they may experience some challenges receiving it. But once I'm ready to go, scroll down again, save and review. All right, now I get one final look at the message that I'm intending to send. This is, I can see my subject, my recipients, my content. I can see it in desktop or mobile version. It's nice, and text if you decide to send a text message. And then at the bottom, there's that blue button, send email now to 546 people, or I can schedule it for later. So if I, have some time to work on a bunch of different emails that I know are timed to schedule for, or should send later in the week or in the month, I can absolutely do that now, or I can start drafting them now to send for later. And so once I'm ready, I'll go ahead and either send or schedule, and that is the full communication process. So good luck with sending your email communications. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to your club liaison or the Global Clubs team at globalclubs@wharton.upenn.edu.